It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us once again. We are back in the Betway Premiership, and we've just watched Kaizer Chiefs against Golden Arrows down at the Moses Mabida Stadium in Durban, and the game ending in 1-0 in favor of Golden Arrows. 3 points goes to Abafana Bestende. Crowd attendance in Durban. It's a home game for Kaizer Chiefs. This time of the year, this time of the month, this time of the week, everything is against crowd attendance. The weather as well. So I think there isn't much we can talk about. We can say about whether crowd attendance. Sorry. Whoa, I think I'm getting tired of doing this at the back of terrible results from Kaizer Chiefs. It's tiring for those of us who support Kaizer Chiefs. But as a fan of Fans Corner and as a person who loves football, we have to keep on doing this, And not everyone is a Kaizer Chiefs fan anyway. So there are those who are happy. Golden Arrow supporters are happy. I know there are some people in Soweto who are jubilated and almost half of the PSL. The pitch was terrible. That's the first thing I observed. But that's not an excuse for Chiefs not winning a game. That's not an excuse for that was not an advantage for Golden Arrows. Both teams were playing on the same pitch. It affected both teams the same way. So it's not an excuse, that one. I'm just saying it made for the game was not as free flowing as it would have been in a pitch that is not water soaked, First half, before first half, the starting lineup, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, I focus more on the Kaizer Chiefs lineup. I looked at the Kaizer Chiefs lineup and I was actually optimistic because, number one, I am one of the people who've been asking for Vilagazi to start a game. So I was happy to see Vilagazi in the starting 11. I also saw seeing Potsane on the left-hand side. I thought we were going to dominate there. And I also, Duba, I know there were a lot of people who have been saying Duba looks more like a finisher, so that's why we saw him starting as more of a target man, more of the striker, although he's not at that level yet. But it made sense. I mean, the starting 11, I think for me, made sense. The back four, I know there are those who would have said maybe Cross should have not started on the left. Understandably so, but he's just, like I did say last time, he's one of my favorites, so I'm not going to comment much about that. It didn't do us any good, we have to say, having Crossed there on the left-hand side. The right-hand side, Vilagazi and Blom. First half, I think we're okay. We're okay first half. But I have to say that the first half showed us that Kaizer Chiefs need a lethal goal poacher. We need a striker. We can't hide behind the thumb. Teams are signing players. We should be in a hunt for a striker. We are not going to compete for anything with the people that we are trusting up front. There's no way we are going to win important games and challenge for anything as long as we don't have a lethal goal poacher who is feared across the PSL. Right now, every team that plays against us, they know that if you close Vilaga, if you close Shabalala, you close Duba, those are our biggest threat. After that, I mean, there isn't much threat that comes from Kaizer Chiefs. So we need a striker. Chivaviro. Yeah, man, Chivaviro is not the Chiefs material. Let's just put it out there. He's not the kind of player that should be playing for the likes of Kaizer Chiefs. I don't like, attacking and criticizing players, but let's be honest. There's a certain criteria of players that can play for certain teams. It's a mismatch. Chivaviro is a mismatch. He missed a very a one-on-one, easy. Well, we could call it two-on-one, one-on-two, but he missed it. A striker in that position, they score. Simple as that. He missed it. He lost the ball, or he had a missed pass, which led to Arrows attacking us, and that's what led to the goal in the first place. Okay, of course it was after about three phases of play, but it was him who lost the ball for Kaizer Chiefs, for Arrows to attack us in the first place, and that's how we conceded. We put this guy in to come and score goals, and then he cost us a goal. We end up conceding a goal. Now I'm talking about I'm all over the place because I'm talking about the second half. But the first half, if I just said the first half showed us that Chiefs needs a striker. So many chances that we could have been so many chances that if you have half a decent striker, you score half of those chances. It's also starting to show that we are relying too much on the youngsters who are not experienced, and it's showing. When we start playing against teams who are playing with experienced players, it starts to show. Talent at some point. talent and skills have their limits as well. Experience also has a role to play. You have Duba, Vilagazi, and Shabalala up front who are not as experienced. It's starting to show, and they know that these are the players who are going to cause problems. So it's very easy. It was easy for Arrows to close down Kaizer Chiefs. Be that as it may, we still created chances. Okay, this thing of playing backwards, I've been talking about it. There was a time, Yusuf Mart is so frustrating. There was a time where a number of times where Chiefs had the ball and the flanks were free, left and right. What did Mart decide to do? Place the ball backwards or sideways. He's the guiltiest of all the Kaizer Chiefs players in terms of playing the ball backwards instead of taking it forward. You had Mteto also doing the same thing, but Mart did it much more. So what's the point of having these pacey players on the flanks if you're going to get the ball at the center and play it backwards? And they are in position. They're in good position to proceed to progress the team into goal scoring opportunities. But you see the likes of Mart, excuse me, are playing it backwards. So that's one of the things that cost us. I think in the first half, if you have a striker and you have in the middle field people who can make those forward passes quick enough, because we have fast players on the left and right. If you have a person who can make those passes quick enough, you're creating more goal scoring opportunities. If you have a striker, you're probably converting even more of those chances. It's not all doom and gloom at Kaizer Chiefs, honestly speaking. I know that right now there will be people who are gunning for the coach's head. Honestly speaking, at this point, I don't think we can blame the coach. He's doing what he can with the players that he have. I heard someone saying that another coach, I think a person made an example with the Polokwane City coach, saying that you give the Polokwane City coach the same players that Kaizer Chiefs have, they'll probably win you something, or they'll be in a better position in the league. I don't want to argue against that because the argument there is that Nabi is a bad coach. I don't think so. It's his first season. He's new in the PSL. He's still learning the PSL. But you can see, man, that there is progress in small patches, which is not enough. Yes, I understand. But at this moment, I think this is the time where we should be backing the coach by giving him the kind of material he needs so that he can give us the results. Remember, most of the players and the majority of the players at Kaizer Chiefs, Nabi found them there. Okay? I don't remember who's Nabi signing. It was a player who was signed after Nabi joined Kaizer Chiefs. I'm struggling to think of one player. So he's using what he has, but obviously as a good coach, you should be able to use what you have as well. I am saying we shouldn't be blaming the coach. At this moment, the players' mentality as well should be checked. The players' ambition should be checked. In the first half, we played with no ambition, with no desire and no hunger to score. You can't have midfielders who are in a advanced position, and instead of playing, progressing the ball further up front, they decide to play it backwards. There's no way you're going to score goals. You're allowing your opponents to drop back and go and fill those spaces in the gaps that were there to exploit. Now you can't exploit those gaps. The team that ended the game, the Chiefs, I'm just talking about Kaizer Chiefs, sorry about that, because I'm frustrated as a fan. This is Fans Corner. This is where we talk all things football. But now look at the team that ended the game. Look at George Matlow's passes and look at Nkosing Ngobo's passes. Think about them in the first half. If you have them in the first half, you have Duba on the you have Vilagazi on the right, you have Potsane on the left, and you have George Matlow and Nkosing Ngobo dishing those passes to the left and right. Probably you'd be doing something. You understand? Even Duba as a centre forward could have converted a few chances because they would have created even more chances. But then when you have Mart there who can't, there were not enough forward passes from our midfield, from our centre. I saw Ox doing well again. I think Ox again had a decent game, and I also saw what is uncharacteristic of him trying to put in those through balls and forward passes, which is not something we're used to seeing from him. But unfortunately, it couldn't work because today we're just not there. It wasn't working. But all in all, I think Nabi still deserves a chance. Let's give him two transfer windows for him to build his own team, and then let's give him the chance to build the team. It's not good. It's not nice when we lose games like this. It's not it's not easy to watch Kaizer Chiefs drop points like this. But it is what it is. it's once again, it's one of those seasons where we are just going to be fighting for the top 8. Otherwise, this has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for making time for us. Make sure to subscribe and like our videos so that you know when we deliver you new content. We meet again in the next one.